I'm Nat. I'm a horse witch, and today we're going to talk about witchy hauls. This is going to be a little bit different. I thought about just filming it with my desk camera, but I have made some upgrades to my wall. And also, I forget how to talk to the camera if I don't get in front of it every so often. And it's been a while since you've seen my face. So, I am going to transition to my desk camera though, because you'll be able to see things in a better light without me having to Vanna wipe the things that I have purchased. This is going to be a little bit of a long video. I started collecting all the things that I have purchased since Christmas and Yule, and it's actually quite a lot, and that does not include the consumables like sprays, incense, and candles. Which, while I'm on candles, do you know how hard it is to find candles from witchy sellers that don't have a bunch of bits thrown in the top? It's really hard, and I don't want to tweeze 47 different tiny crystal chips out of the top of my candles before I light them. I realize that these are decorative candles, but then why bother putting wicks in them? I don't understand it at all. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go through the things that I've purchased. All right, and we're back, and we're going to start off with this gift. This is something I got from a friend of mine. It is a beautiful obsidian ball with a stand, and it sits on my filming shelf, but I believe my head was blocking it. But it's quite lovely, and I like it. And lately, my greatest nemesis has been Facebook and some of the witchy buy-sell groups. There are a lot of scammers on there, but there is one in particular that I keep an eye on, and it's usually people, either stores that are closing that are trying to get rid of their final inventories, or people selling their personal collections. And I actually got these 3 pieces of garden quartz from a personal collector, and this is now how I like to, if I can't buy from gem shows, but I got all 3 of these pieces for 60 bucks, all 3 of them, like $20 a piece, and they're, as you can see, quite sizable. So I was very pleased with that. Next, we have some things from Inked Goddess Creations. They do a subscription box, but I have never gotten it. I usually just purchase these mists from them. And I really enjoy using these as like a daily perfume, depending on what vibe I want for the day. Natalie, you could make those super easy. Yes, I could. Here's the thing though. I'm lazy. And my kitchen is always a mess. I am not a great housekeeper. And this just seems like something I would get a wild hair up my ass to do and create a big mess in my kitchen and then never clean it up. So I like buying things from other witches, which is why I'm doing this video. So also from Inked Goddess Creations, I got these little candles. It's a little late for the Mercury retrograde one, but these were 10 bucks. They smell good. This one in particular, lavender, cedarwood, and anise. And then frankincense, lemongrass, and bergamot. Also divine. But I will be prepared for the next retrograde. On Etsy, I have a seller that I enjoy buying incense from. I burn incense almost all the time. I'm burning incense right now. And those are just cone incense. But I also really like their other incense. The one I'm burning right now is called Forest. So anyway, this will last me quite a while. But if you spend $35 or more, you get free shipping. I hate paying for shipping. I like stuff. There's something else. Oh, also from where I buy my incense, I bought these little tea light candles. But Natalie, you can make those yourself. Yes, I can. Do I want to? No. So I buy them from other witches, and there's nothing wrong with that. So from Cosmic Black Cat, which is another, I found this, I got this beautiful selenite plate, true selenite and not satin spar. And this big black 7-day candle. It's just a blank candle. Trying to find these is like really hard. Everyone has put a bunch of bits in the bit top and are selling them for $35 instead of like $7. And this one is quite substantial. I have another one. Well, that one's pretty substantial too. Okay, so this is one I bought from a local witch shop, and you can see it's like the traditional dollar store size. This is a hunky boy. This is chunky. This is a chunky candle. So I'm quite happy about that. All right. So this was a ring I found on Etsy. I just remembered I hadn't put them on. And it's quite cute. It is brass, so it does leave a mark on your hand. But I don't mind it. I think it's quite cute, the little mushies. And then this was another Facebook group. Somebody posted their Moldavite rings, and they actually had one in an 11. And I'm going to put a bunch of links down in the bottom so you know where I got things. But she has an Etsy store. And Cosmic Black Cat with the selenite plate and the big chunky candle, they have a website. All right. Next, we're going to go over tarot. This is Anna K Tarot, which is not in there. I put it in a bag. This is a deck I bought secondhand. I saw it in a video Lisa Pepez did, and I really liked it. So it's out of print. I believe this was a mass market edition. Yeah, this is the Llewellyn edition. The box is a little beat up. It was edged in this brown color, which I actually don't dislike at all. And the book has been highlighted in. But these mass market decks sell for like quite a bit, well out of my price range. And so I snagged this one up for $50, and it's in quite good condition. It's out of order because I was using it. But I just really like this deck. It reads really, really well. I know a lot of people don't like secondhand decks. I do. I like the fact that they come with the energy from previous readings from their previous owner. And I just think it just adds a little bit more magic to them. So that is something I picked up recently. Have it in this little thing, which was a gift from my bestie. And so this is just the empty box. The artist and author, Anna K, she does sell these. This is out of print now, but she does sell them on her website. They're about the same price as that I got this used, maybe a little more with shipping, because they do come from Poland, I believe. But she does sell them. So I will link her website in the comments. And this I actually got off of Lisa Pepez's supportive tarot group, Tarot Trade Tuesdays, and it was just such a lovely experience buying a secondhand tarot deck. So I really enjoyed that. Next is the Everyday Witches Familiars Oracle. I do, by Deborah Blake. I do intend to get the Everyday Witches Tarot. I just haven't yet. But this is also a Llewellyn deck. I love the backs. I haven't used this deck a whole lot, but I need to pull it off my shelf and use it. I've just been waiting to pair it with the Everyday Witches Tarot, which I haven't purchased yet. Just really cute. And I love Elizabeth Alba's artwork. I wanted to call her Erin, but I knew that wasn't her name. So just a super pretty deck. Like I said, I haven't used it much, but I will. So this is a two-parter. One, this is a Peggy bag from Peggy Pepez and a Peggy cloth. And in my Peggy bag, it doesn't really fit. I need a smaller one, but it fits for now, is a gift I got from my friend Donnie and Liz, which we went over last week, which is my tarot deck. And if you want to see this more in detail, last week's video is there. I had gotten these originally for something else, but it worked out that I put these cards in there. It kind of goes. So I have multiple Peggy bags and cloths, and they're wonderful. And I will definitely link Peggy's store in the description. All right, so this is a Peggy pouch, and another Peggy cloth. These glow in the dark, but I'm not going to turn off all my lights so we can see it, but they do glow in the dark. Ooh, pretty. And in this one, I keep my Spirit Song Tarot deck. This was a gift from my mom for Christmas. Well, from my mom. And she's always like, oh, you have more than one deck. Did you get tired of my deck? No, Mom. It's just impossible for people to own one tarot deck. And I blame Lisa's channel. Okay, this is a big Peggy pouch. And it has like this big, so you could do a reading on that. I put my original Light Seers Tarot in here, and it does have two pockets. You can see that. I'm going to move that a little bit, but quite gorgeous. And it actually fits my big Light Seers tarot book, which I'll show you in a minute. All right, so that is all the stuff. And now we are going to move on to books. And this one is on top. This is Ariana's book. It was a little thinner than I was anticipating, but knowing Ariana, I say that like I know her personally. It's going to be chock-a-block full of information, and I am so excited to dig into this. And this is probably one I can probably read through pretty quickly. She's got some spells in here, and all of her citations and bibliographies, which is fantastic. So looking very forward to this. How did I get stuff on it already? I don't know. All right, this was a gift from my friend Rocky. I have not dug into this yet, but she says it's absolutely scary accurate. And this is basically like how to read with playing cards. I'm quite excited to dig into this. So that was a gift. And pretty soon I'm going to do a book review episode. So I asked on Blue Sky what was a good astrology beginner's guide, and this one was recommended more than once. So I bought it. I just got it. I haven't read it yet. We will see. This is the first time opening it, so I'm actually quite excited about this. So astrology. Next is a book I saw on Lisa's channel. She asked about it, and I had just started digging into my Light Seers Tarot. Sylvia with Fairlight Tarot is doing a deep dive into the Light Seers Tarot, and so I bought the book. It is quite different from the book that came with the original indie deck. There is a lot more in it. Also, it's in full color. But let's just see this. So there's just so much more. She digs into the art. There's a lot more information, and then she adds spreads for each card. Well, for the major arcana, not so much the minor arcana. The minor arcana still has the art, but there isn't quite as much space dedicated to it, which makes sense. If you have the Light Seers Tarot, I highly recommend this book. It's a beautiful book. And then I was going to show you how it fits in my Peggy pouch. So I have that. I have my cards. I set my book here. And then this elastic just goes around everything. It fits. Anyway, I'm really proud of that, actually. Next, we have one of Kellyanne Maddox's books, Witch in Darkness. My local bookstore, it's a used bookstore, but occasionally they get in new books. So plug for the Bookery in Placerville. I haven't read Kellyanne's first book yet, but this one was available. I found it, and so I bought it. And I like giving money to my local bookstore. Knowing Kellyanne Maddox, I say that like I know her personally. I do not. I'm sure she is lovely. I watch her channel a lot. I'm very excited about this book. I believe I mentioned before, I will be doing a book review episode shortly. I have at least 6 books that I've read that I've read or am in the process of reading that I can review. This was I'm not gonna lie, this was an impulse purchase. So I went to go search out that astrology book, and I came across this one. I have not heard of Jackie Hope, but that does not mean anything. So I'm excited to kind of dig into this book. I think we're all dealing with a little bit of burnout. The world is just a little bit of a disaster right now. This was one that I kept coming across, so I bought it. And this book deals with everything from, I haven't read it, but I did go through the contents. So horses, humans, history and culture, the spiritual horse, the physical horse, and your horse partner and friend. So it deals with horses in history and culture, horses in spirituality, how to own a horse, how to choose a horse, and then using horses in your spiritual work, as well as saying goodbye to them when their time on this plane is done. I'll probably cry in this, but it does have this Horses of the Tarot chapter, which I'm very excited about because horses always play a big deal in the Knights cards. And like many people, I struggle with the court cards of the minor arcana. And so maybe those will help me understand the Knights a little bit better. Next was another impulse purchase, but Rachel Patterson is a well-known author, so I didn't have any hesitation buying this book. Next is a book that I recommended, Wild Witchcraft by Rebecca Beyer. And I've read this book. It is very good. I actually listened to the audiobook, which was free for me on Spotify, and I liked it so much I went out and bought it. I've done that with 2 books so far, but it is really good. I really recommend it. This will be covered in my book review. Another one is Hecate, Goddess of Witches by Courtney Weber. I say Hecate, you can also say Hecate, and Hecate, I think, is the other way I've heard it pronounced. All 3 of those are correct, by the way. This was an amazing book, and this was the book that kind of made me realize that Hecate had been calling to me from the very beginning. And this is a great book. There is a not a big chapter, but an entire chapter. And there is yes, here it is. It's chapter 6. And Medea's story is very tragic. Anyway, highly recommend. This is another one that I will be talking about in my book review. This was another used bookstore find. This is Rachel Pollack's 78 Degrees of Wisdom, a book of tarot. This is actually, this edition was copyrighted in 1997. So I know there's an edition after this. but I'm looking very much forward to digging into this book. And as you can tell, it's pretty old. I don't want to do that math. That's going to make me feel ancient. Another used bookstore find, Scott Cunningham. I don't think you can be a witch and not read one of his books, at least one. So I have this one. I also have his herbs one. Again, you can't go wrong in at least having them in your collection. We're getting down to the end here, guys, which is really good because this video is really long now. Slow Magic by Anthony Rea. The foreword to this is by Ivo Domingo Jr. I haven't read this, but a lot of kind of slow magic, low energy magic, etc. was coming across my feed and consciousness. So I saw it and it resonated with me, so I got it, and I don't remember where I got this. Finally, this was another used bookstore find, Your Tarot, Your Way by Barbara Moore, the Barbara Moore. I'm fully enjoying this book. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I'm in the Minor Arcana and going through it. This is a great book. I've also read Melissa Sanova's Kitchen Table Tarot, so these two will be in my book review. They are similar books, and I don't want to say if you've read one, you don't need to read the other, because both Barbara Moore and Melissa Sanova interpret the cards in different ways. That doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means they have a different aspect of looking at different cards. And when I am doing readings, I reference both of the books. I cross-reference, especially if I'm struggling. And sometimes the stories they tell in the books about the cards or a sentence will jog my intuition and go, oh, okay, yes, now I can wrap my head around it and I can see what's going on. So I really like it. It's Barbara Moore. How can you go wrong, right? All right, friends, that's all I have for today. I'm going to edit this down to hopefully less than 32 minutes, but we will see. And I figured everyone likes a haul video. I've gotten quite a few pieces lately, and I need to stop buying stuff. Although quite a few things were gifts. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I post. I do try and post on Tuesdays. 9 times out of 10 that doesn't happen, but that is okay. Bye. So stay tuned, and I got nothing. And what? I don't know. This is going to go in the bloopers reel, I guess. All right. No, it's just impossible for people to own more than or less or